I'm Leslie Eckford.
Hi, and I'm Amanda Lambert. Welcome to Mindful Aging. Leslie and I are pretty obsessive about scouring the news for issues related to caregiving, healthcare, aging, and boy, do we have a topic for you today.
Absolutely.
We are going to talk about CBD oil. Leslie, put that away. We're talking about CBD oil, not THC.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Right.
CBD oil. Quite the buzz about the oil.
It is. Everybody's talking about it.
Yeah. And we want to give a disclaimer to start with. We are not going to give medical advice or make any kind of recommendations, but we want you to be as informed as you can in this short video.
Because we know you're hearing about it and you need information.
Exactly. And Leslie is going to post some interesting articles at the end so you can inform yourselves. Very interesting about CBD oil. It is a compound from the cannabis plant, but does not contain THC.
Right. And THC is the cannabinoid that gives you a high. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about a different cannabinoid, CBD.
Many older adults are using CBD oil for everything from nerve pain to insomnia to anxiety, nausea and vomiting, from cancer treatments, you name it.
We are baby boomers and we don't fool around. We look for solutions. And as the patchwork of states around the country have legal pot, they also have more available CBD oil products. And so we even have friends and neighbors who make trips to neighboring states who take a shopping list of their CBD oil needs and their friends and family members. And so why are we all so interested in this?
Well, this really hit home for me. My mom had a fall and broke her rib. She went to the hospital, didn't have to have surgery, but they immediately put her on pain medication, oxycodone. As many of you may know, oxycodone can lead to addiction problems. Some people don't tolerate it. My mom did not tolerate it. Made her very sick. She lost her appetite. She wanted to sleep all the time. Had her in the hospital 2 other times to try to get her pain under control because she stopped taking the oxycodone. She asked me about the CBD oil, and I said, I think it's worth a try. So she tried it. She tried it for a week, applied it 2 times a day. She applied it to the area of pain and then sort of behind her knee, and within a week her pain was gone. Now, was this a placebo effect, Leslie, or did it really work?
I think there's growing evidence that this is really working. And I want to say another thing that I found in different YouTubes is that people are starting to use CBD oil for people who have Alzheimer's and agitation. I have not been able to read any research about this, but I think that's a very interesting idea.
It is an interesting idea. And CBD oil can come in tinctures, topical creams, it can be smoked. There are many different ways to apply it. One thing to keep in mind is quality will vary. You really have to consider the source, where you're getting your CBD oil to know if it's a reliable product, because obviously it's not something that's overseen by the FDA.
We're seeing a lot of people who are just going by word of mouth. Friends of friends who've had a very good positive experience know that a particular brand is available online and can be mailed to you, whether you live in a state that has legal marijuana or recreational marijuana use. You can still obtain these items.
And I think it's important. Leslie's going to talk a bit about some side effects to keep in mind, and we will also post those at the end of the video, I believe, just so that you'll have those, because there's so little research that's been done. We just have to get as much information as we can out there about the possible negative.
One of the things that I think is going to be a little bit tricky for people is that you may not know very much about CBD oil and your doctor may not know. Some doctors are very interested in this topic and in fact are starting to prescribe it. However, others may not have the information up to date. So keep that in mind, but at the same time, if you're using it, you may feel a little shy and awkward about mentioning it to your doc, but they need to know. So let's talk about what some of the possible side effects may be. Very interestingly, taking CBD oil may, in fact, increase liver enzymes for some people. If you have a history of cirrhosis or you have a history of elevated liver enzymes, this may not be a good idea for you. So you need to talk to your doctor about that. It can interact with other medications. A lot of you are probably aware of the medical uses of CBD for people who have epilepsy. But in fact, when they found that people are using traditional medications for epilepsy combined with CBD oil, it may change the levels of your medications. So you have to be careful of that because you could end up having too much in your system of one or the other. So talk with your doctor again about that. And though our focus is on CBD oil alone, if you are shopping for a product, you're going to find that many contain THC. That might not be such an issue if you're using this topically on your skin. However, if you are using anything like an edible or something that you inhale or use a vape machine for, then you're really going to have to be aware of the fact that THC does have very different side effects. It is the cannabinoid that causes a high, and it also has many medicinal uses that finally research is being done about. But one of the things that you have to be aware of is that THC can trigger anxiety, especially, as I'm saying, in these forms that you ingest or inhale. It can also worsen seizures. So those are things to keep in mind, as well as it will affect motor skills. It can impair judgment. So you can't operate heavy machinery or drive if you are ingesting or inhaling THC.
Very interesting. Obviously, much more research needs to be done. Although 33 states plus the District of Columbia have legalized medical cannabis, clearly we need more research so that you can be informed and make a decision for yourself. As always, we'd love to hear your stories, get your questions. Look on our YouTube channel, Mindful Aging, and our website, mindfulaging.com.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.